Coming to you live from the rinks in Hauppauge. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Ryan Brown again. Kevin Broderick is representing our production team right now as we're contending with some difficult times with the Wi-Fi here at the rinks in Hauppauge. Do the anthem and be back in just a moment here on LI Sports Network with Middle Country and Longwood in the season. All right, welcome back now to the rinks in Hauppauge, Suffolk County High School Hockey League season finale between Middle Country and Longwood. Both of these teams will make the playoffs, but who they will play in the first round is undetermined. This game will decide a lot. And who plays who for the quarterfinals in the freshman playoffs, which will get underway tomorrow, Monday night. Puck sent into the offensive zone. Derek Johnson is quickly back to get it. In behind the starting netminder for Middle Country, and that being Dominic Graziano. Here's Johnson into the zone with speed. Johnson lost it in his feet. Will have to retreat back for it. Keeps it in the zone. Wraps it around the boards. Krakaitis and Hill on the forecheck, and speared out of the zone by O'Sullivan. That is Peter O'Sullivan. 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points in 11 games played for O'Sullivan. And the Longwood Lions, who are led by Cesar Aravena, 35 points and 15 games played for Cesar. Captain Luke Lamacchia has it chipped around him. Johnson thwarted by O'Sullivan, a good stick. And now Sebastian Aravena the other way. He goes down to the ice, no call. Spinilla into space. Spinilla shot it wide. Big opportunity there. First good one of the game for Longwood. Now Middle Country come out. It's Johnson. He'll move in. Right wing side. Hits the brakes. In the midst of a change, our Middle Country, Johnson tried to float one across, eventually comes to Giametti, chips it down low. Maresca centered one, went off of Conlon. And now Longwood will try to get out of the zone. Maresca doing everything he can to keep him in. And kicked ahead by Spinella. On the back check, Caliendo got a stick in. Sebastian Aravena. He'll get around one. And Caliendo charged the net. A little flip off the outside of the post as we're 2 minutes gone by in this first period. No score between Longwood and Middle Country. Apologize for KPC game up there on the scoreboard. This is Longwood and Middle Country. And apologize again for any buffering or things of that nature. A full recording of the game, buffer free, will be uploaded to the channel after the fact. Again, just the Wi-Fi connection issues. Lamacchia handles it around the net on the backhand, going for a little stroll in the park. As it knocked from him, Faith Rivera getting her stick in. And one of 3 girls on Middle Country, her, Elena Figueroa, and Madison DeCharo. Middle Country look to enter the zone. Doesn't appear that either DeCharo are in the lineup tonight for MC. As Rivera pokes one toward Maresca. And eventually can be brought out by Lamacchia. Sharp angle shot goes wide. 2 Lions in the area. Comes back to Fredrickson. He'll wrist one from the point, blockered away by Graziano. Puck now near side Floats all the way down for an icing against Middle Country. 11:27 remaining here in the first period. Longwood without a number of their usual players as well. John Lechmansky, 13 points in 16 games played, does not appear to be in the lineup. Nor does Ray Booz tonight. So that shot goes wide. Riley Perales, who can play goal, has been playing out as a forward. In 4 games played, has 1 assist for the Lions, as here comes Derek Johnson. Hill to his right, Johnson forced back, sauces a pass, and Neenan fell down. He was open on the far post. If he could stay on his feet, deflected, so no icing here. Reyes will chip it up to Hill. Cipriani's shot from the point, blocked by Figueroa. She'll glance one off the boards. Neenan charging ahead. O'Sullivan steps up on it. And Carter Vernillo will look to play it. Vernillo, 2 goals in 17 games played this year for the Lions. Here comes Johnson! Stopped! What a save! Great move from Johnson, but the answer from Malcolm Sherman. In behind, it's Hill. He'll reverse for Renee. O'Sullivan with the stick lift, but not out of the zone. Quick shot off the post there from Johnson. Is in. Whoa, is it? I don't think so. We'll take another look. I don't think this is a goal. It's not going to be. After a quick discussion. Again, that quick shot from Johnson even caught our camera man, Kevin Broderick, by surprise. I mean, he absolutely smoked the thing. We remain scoreless between Middle Country and Longwood. Here's Spinella with a jump. Spinella's off the post. No goal. So now posts for both Longwood and Middle Country. Sebastian Aravena. Has the puck near boards, throws one back door, they score! Brewer Spinella on the great feed from Sebastian Aravena. Longwood open the scoring and lead 1-0. I mean, what are you going to do? You're Graziano there. Just a perfect pass. Spinella from Aravena. Spinella's 22nd point of the season and 15th goal, as almost he gets 2 in quick succession. Aravena looking to go up the boards. O'Sullivan. Pass blocked. Krikaitis looking to go north with it. Brought back in the zone by Lamakia. 11 points this season for the two-way defenseman Luke Lamakia. Sebastian Aravena has it in behind Graziano, looks to get in front. Eventually the puck kicks on over to O'Sullivan. He'll play it off the end boards, and Reyes scoops up the loose puck for Middle Country. Krikaitis back ends to the line, held in by O'Sullivan. Spinella, Aravena, Spinella scores! His second tonight. And Longwood have doubled their 1-0 lead. It's 2-1. 2-0. Sixteenth of the year there for Brewer Spinella. Now Johnson, does he have an answer for Middle Country? Brings it over the line onside. Gets around two Lions. Makes his way to the front. Johnson, a pass. Caliendo flipped it into the opposite corner. Giametti. Good keep in there from Caliendo. Angles one to Rivera. She tries to get around Cipriani and does. Rivera put one in front. Nobody home, though, for Middle Country. Perales checked from behind there by Faith Rivera. And Lamacchia regroups at neutral ice. So we're over halfway through this first period. 2-0 Longwood, they lead on a pair of Spinilla goals. Trying to backhand one through there is Nolfo, but to no success. And here comes Johnson. Speeding on in, Johnson, the wrister, missed the net. He'll pick up the rebound off the glass. Trade places there with Owen Hill battling Cipriani near side. Hill able to chip it on back to Johnson. Back to Hill. Hill trying to go across, and it did eventually get to Caliendo. He'll keep things moving. Back down low to Hill. Cipriani fires it off the boards. Down and around and past Giametti. And out of the zone. Flick right back along, but cut off by Perales. A good stick there from Caliendo. Nudged it in open space. Collin trying to race in after it. Lamacchia cut him off. Good defensive play from Lamagna. Then he ran into Caliendo. Caliendo, a backhand shot save. Rebound! Collins stoned by Sherman. And good setup here and just go to the net and making some things happen. Caliendo and Conlon. Jack Conlon, 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points this season for Middle Country. Defensive zone face-off win by Longwood. They'll break out with speed, and again it's Spinilla. Spinilla to the net. Save made. Graziano denies the natural hat trick of Brewer Spinilla. O'Sullivan, nice move. Breaks in. Peter O'Sullivan. Shot missed the net. Might have went off somebody in front. And now a chance. They score. Sebastian Aravena. And Longwood take a 3-0 lead against Middle Country. And nice close-in shot. Another point coming here for Brewer Spinilla as he puts it right on the tape of Aravena, as they have powered Longwood to their 3-0 lead. Spinilla up to 24 points on the season, while Sebastian Aravena eclipses the 20-point mark as well. Peter O'Sullivan picking up the lone assist on the last Spinilla goal, as another save made there by Graziano. So if things hold firm, Longwood in the lead, they go on to hold on. Longwood will jump Southampton into 5th place, as there's another goal. Sebastian Aravena. 4-0 Lions. This happens right off the faceoff. You can see Aravena win it. Fredrickson going to come on over. Great little chip there. And Aravena right through the 5-hole. 4-zip Longwood. Sebastian hungry for more. So Longwood would jump Southampton. We'll have a first-round matchup against ESM if they hold on to win. That will also mean Middle Country stay in 8th place and do not leapfrog Connecticut Sayville into 7th with the loss. And that is all the potential movement is all dictated by this one game. So we will know the first round matchups. And it seems they are very likely to be East Islip Middle Country, Connecticut Smithtown Red, St. Anne's Southampton, ESM Longwood. But still plenty of hockey left. Middle Country, they could certainly spark a comeback. Johnson rips it over the net. And he's a big reason why you can't count out the Middle Country Cougars. Johnson dangles. Johnson, backhand shot blocked by Perales. Riley Perales secures it and fires one off the boards. Enough touch to avoid icing. Caliendo backhands up ahead for Krikaitis. Puck flips into the air and glove down. And out of the zone, Lamacchia puts it back to O'Sullivan. As I mentioned, both teams without some key contributors. Neither DeCero nor Jonathan Moringer or Jesse Verticana in the lineup for Middle Country to go along with Liam McCarthy, who's been hurt for most of the season. Mason LaSala out. And Jack LaSala plays goal as well. Not in the lineup tonight for Middle Country. Cesar Aravena, along with Brian Dillon, Brianna Lechmansky, and John Lechmansky, all not dressed tonight for Longwood. In addition to Tim Crispin. Faith Rivera, she's dressed. She's ready to go. Backhands one to Maresca. Zach Maresca. Pass intended for Figueroa at the point. Went out of the zone. Now up for Maresca. Conlon takes it back. And Conlon will speed through neutral ice. Jack Conlon trying to get around O'Sullivan. Great angle taken there by the Longwood defenseman, but Maresca picks it up in behind the net. That pass on target to Figueroa. Her wrist shot gets knocked down in front, and away comes O'Sullivan. Already assist tonight. O'Sullivan circles back. Breaks in now. The wrist shot missed the net. Lamacchia back to O'Sullivan. From the far circle, that shot deflected over the net. Nalfo trying to break in. It's poked out of the zone. And we'll get a stoppage here. .220 to go. Here in the first period. LI Sports Network. SCHSHL, Brewer Spinella. A 3-point period for Brewer. He's got it in the far corner. Again, it's a wide open freshman division this year. It's been really a delight to see it. And you get the sense there definitely could be some upsets in round one. Sebastian Aravena up the boards for Spinella. Puck comes out. Here comes Johnson. He's in. Johnson, backhander off the bar. Derek Johnson. That close to getting Middle Country on the board. 23 goals, 32 points in 13 games played this year for Johnson. Aravena try to get through Giametti, puts one out in front for Spinella, off the iron again. Lamacchia is eventually taken off the puck, gets it right back, though. Shot blocked. And now Derek Johnson. He'll get around one stick. He'll put it through the legs of Fredrickson, but that's where Lamacchia plays it away to his defenseman partner in Cipriani. Cipriani's pass blocked. Krikaitis joining the forecheck. We're going to apply pressure to Cipriani as we head under 30 seconds to go in the first period. Johnson chipping it around. Giametti. To the point, not out. Spinella will roll in. The shot stopped by Graziano and covered by the Cougar netminder. 6.3 to go here in the first period. Again, my name's Ryan Brannigan, joined alongside Kevin Broderick, our camera operator, producer. Really can do everything, can't you, Kevin? Said he's going through some film to submit for the Jim Nance Award, which is given out to the best college-aged broadcaster. Is that correct? And just even being nominated is a big deal. And I think our very own Kevin Broderick, not only can I see him getting nominated, but I can see him taking it home. And wouldn't that be some hardware for LISN, huh? As the first period comes to a close, 4-0 in favor of what happened. There we go. Longwood and Middle Country, 4-0 after one. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network.
The thing is I don't think Mike would complain because we got both streams going at the same time, you know?
Second period set to begin. Talking with Kevin Broderick about Jim Nance Award, and it could be any broadcast, which means it's going to have some LISN clips in that broadcast as the game keeps changing. There we go. I don't know what's going on there, but we're back. 4-0 Longwood. Lions and Cougars. Bears, oh my. No Bears, of course, in the SCHSHL. There is an O'Sullivan. A couple of them, actually. This O'Sullivan, referring to Longwood's Peter O'Sullivan. Unable to get one through. Sebastian Aravena and Brewer Spinella shine bright in period number one. Nalfo's going to get to that loose puck. But it's poked ahead by Reyes. Reyes, the definition of a stay-at-home defenseman, has 1 assist this year, but does provide good back-end support. Still looking for potential goal number 1 of the regular season. And he'll have an opportunity to score in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Reyes going to the net. O'Sullivan ensuring the puck gets out of the zone. And Figueroa regroups. Elena Figueroa, goal and 4 assists for 5 points this year for the Cougars. She is the second leading girl scorer on Middle Country. As here's Perales, stopped by Graziano. Of course, the leading girl scorer in the entire SCHSHL. And that goes for all divisions, is Madison DeCharo with 23 points in 14 games played. Whereas her and brother Dylan not in tonight. Aravena off the face-off. I'm going to get it to Spinella. They've got a lot of chemistry going. Spinella works it in. What a move. Spinella off the mask of Graziano, and the rebound backhanded into the corner by Krikaitis. Spinella comes away with the puck. Try to reverse it down low. Derek Johnson stopped it. Now Caliendo dangerously put one out in front, taken away by Fredrickson, and now the chance for Spinella, stopped by Graziano, keeps things moving. And now Krikaitis can potentially get it out. And here comes Krikaitis. That's Konstantinos Krikaitis. 6 goals this season for MC. Sebastian Aravena. Try to put one across. Johnson slowed it up. Then the one-timer from Lamakia denied. The rebound. Spinella nearly had a hat trick. Spinella pressured by Giametti. Now taken by Aravena. Johnson comes on over, takes the puck away. Looks to get around Lamakia. Hill will lead him into the zone. Johnson battling Luke Lamakia. And Lamakia will win this battle. But Hill on the follow-up had an attempt, but never got through. And Spinella regroups. Spinella through the legs of Caliendo. And across! What a save! Gorgeous setup there from Brewer Spinella. But Graziano had other plans. Shot from Cipriani goes wide. As we approach 3:30 gone by in this second period. 4-0 Longwood. Johnson. He's hit a crossbar, he's hit a post, and he fires one right off the blocker of Sherman. Lamakia try to spring. Spinella, it's intercepted. Quickly played out the other way. Now here back in comes Giametti around Lamakia. Giametti! Shot blocked by Cipriani. Johnson spinning away from trouble. Now hounded by Aravena. Try to poke it by him. Held in at the far point by Giametti. Conlon knocked to the ice, draws a penalty. And so Middle Country will go to the power play. See, Lamakia is not too fond of the call. But he will go to the penalty box nonetheless. You know, Kevin and I were talking earlier about when you protest a penalty, it never works out on account of pretty much every time. However, we saw in the Collins Joy Team Collin versus NYPD game that penalty did get turned back over after some vehement protest. Still yet to see it in a non-charity game. We'll see. Nearly 5 minutes gone here, second period. And 20 gone on the power play for Middle Country. Johnson able to get into the zone. Gets around Vernillo. How do you do around Cipriani? A backhander out in front. And a nice read by Perales, but he gives it away. All the way across Figueroa. She'll wrist one with Johnson in front. Angles. Here's Johnson again. Off. He scores. Derek Johnson cleaning up out in front. And that's a Cougars power play goal. It's 4-1. Starts with the Figueroa shot. Angled right there to Conlon. Save made initially. The rebound all the way up there where those cookies sometimes hide. Figueroa and Conlon picking up assists there on the Johnson goal, his 24th of the season. Can Middle Country build some momentum now off that opening goal? Vernillo would like that to not happen. Brings it into the deep into the Middle Country zone for Longwood. To the point, O'Sullivan. Little wrister. Kicked away by Figueroa, and then she blocks the Cipriani blast. And here comes Johnson with Maresca and Conlon. Johnson to Conlon. Conlon back across, they score! Great patience and feed from Jack Conlon. And Middle Country have made it a 2-goal game. And starts with Johnson. Nice little scissor play there from Conlon and Maresca. And Conlon showcasing the patience and just got to tap it into the empty net there for Maresca. He does just that. 2 straight now for Middle Country. And now Johnson breaks it up. Another odd man rush. The same 3 into the zone. Johnson breaks middle. Johnson fanned on the pass attempt. Conlon, his 6th of the season. Or pardon, Maresca the goal scorer. And for Maresca is 9th of the season. Conlon getting his 15th and 16th points during that last sequence. Fifth on the team in points, behind the DeCharos, Johnson, and Moringer. Now Derek Johnson will go to the penalty box. And a chance for Longwood. Here on the power play. Oh, what a save, Graziano. Maresca, pardon, that's Spinella. His shot stopped by Graziano. Clearing attempt here for Middle Country. And it's kept in by Lamacchia. Aravena trying to go down the far boards. Giametti punched back out now to Spinella. Spinella 3 points, Aravena 3 points tonight. Got by the stick of Lamacchia all the way down ice. And Middle Country's best penalty killer, arguably, Derek Johnson in the box. Peter O'Sullivan to Bruce Spinella. Got Fredrickson darting to the net. Spinella, forehand shot is stopped. And covering it up there, Graziano. And apologize for our power play markers. Yeah, not sure really what's going on here. .106 left on this Longwood power play. Sebastian Aravena. Great moves. Puts one across. No one was backdoor. Aravena, Spinella. They'll trade places. Spinella across. O'Sullivan Shot stopped by Graziano. Rebound handled by Aravena. O'Sullivan. Try to go rink wide to Spinella. Does get to him. Drops it for Luke Lamacchia. Right back to Spinella. Right on the tape. But a nice poke check and clear from Conlon. He's got Maresca. Maresca's in. Shot it over the net. Spinella checked by Maresca. Good penalty killing here from Zach Maresca. 10 seconds left on the minor penalty to Johnson. Aravena over the line onside. Sebastian Aravena swoops across. Can't get around Giametti. And we're back to even strength. Johnson right back out on the ice. He'll scoop up here with about 6 to go in period number 2. Both goals scored in the second belonging to Middle Country as they look to claw their way back into this game. Perales hits Spinella. Spinella to the net, inside, outside. Good back check from Giametti. Shot does come. It's stopped by Graziano. O'Sullivan. Spinella. Stick save made. Graziano rebound was free and play blown dead. And a sorry there from the official. Face-off win Longwood. Pass intercepted by Figueroa. Elena Figueroa with an assist tonight. Puts one across. Nobody home. Vernillo cuts in. Perales shot ends up in the corner. Cipriani shot deflects wide. Perales and Johnson. Johnson comes away with it. And breaks into the zone. Derek Johnson, wrist shot stopped by Sherman, and he'll cover. Hill with Neenan and Maresca for the offensive zone draw here in Middle Country. Neenan will shoot it wide. Lamacchia up the boards and back for Reyes. Perales moves in. Perales, nice move to the backhand shot. Stopped by Graziano. Lamacchia keeps in. Now Figueroa comes out. Has 2-on-1 now. Maresca, pass to Maresca in his feet. And Neenan falls to the ice. Cipriani right back in. Sends it to Lamacchia. Lamacchia, the wrister, blocker save made. Pops right up into here, it's in. Will it count? It will not. Well, they're talking it over. No goal. Here's another look. Pops up into the air. Watch Aravena. He'll glove it down. And I don't think he ever touched it again. Hence grounds for no goal. Here comes Derek Johnson. Weaving in, Johnson to the backhand. And 4 Longwood Lions had to converge on Derek Johnson to get the puck away. Fredrickson, ahead to Cipriani, the shot wide. Banks to Fredrickson, to the point, Spinella. Stops and starts. Down the near boards. And now Conlon with open ice ahead of him. Skates in. Conlon, a shot wide. Held in for the moment by Derek Johnson. Conlon was behind the play if they could get it to him. And now he takes a penalty on Cipriani. Longwood will go back to the power play, a hooking penalty to be assessed on Jack Conlon. As we dip just under 3 to play in the second period. Middle Country gotten themselves back into the game, only down by 2, but will be shorthanded here. And a chance to get a 3-goal lead for Longwood on the power play. Shot from Spinella. Sticked into the corner by Graziano. Aravena looks to dart in. That shot stopped by Graziano. Rebound knocked down by Spinella. Here's O'Sullivan. Sullivan, the wrist shot. Blocker save again made by Graziano. Another shot and a glove save made, Graziano. O'Sullivan, right point. Breaks in, O'Sullivan shoots, glove save, Graziano. Great saving sequence here. Off the face-off. With about 1:10 left on the Longwood power play. Aravena. Towing the line and has to come out of the zone. It's around Figueroa. Takes the shot, stopped by Graziano, gets his own rebound. Try to go to the front of the net. There's Lamacchia waiting for it. Instead, Middle Country break out. It's Reyes. Nice move. Reyes is in. To the backhand. Stopped by Sherman. Lucas Reyes that close to goal number 1. Big hit taken by Figueroa, but she pops right back up. Meanwhile, here's Brewer Spinella. Scores! Hat-trick for Brewer. Spinella snuck it right through the wickets. And that's a Lions power play goal. They lead it 5-2. And Reyes, who had that breakaway opportunity shorthanded a moment ago, he scores. It's 4-3, all the momentum for Middle Country. Instead, he doesn't. Brewer Spinella comes down ice and makes it 5-2 for Longwood. It's almost they call it when you play a divisional opponent a 4-game swing. That was like a 3-goal swing. Middle Country not giving in just yet. Some good moves here from Giametti. He carries it behind the goal line, and Malcolm Sherman hits the brakes, tries to pass it, was blocked. Johnson keeps it alive at the point. Krakaitis wrists one wide. Conlon scoops it up. Conlon trying to get around O'Sullivan. He's going to draw a penalty, so Middle Country will go back to the power play, and holding the penalty assessed to Peter O'Sullivan. Spinella, 4-point night, 3 goals and an assist. He's got 17 now on the year as Middle Country go back to work on the power play in the last few seconds of the second period. Sebastian Aravena has it poked from him. Conlon to Krikaitis. Krikaitis, 13 seconds left. Carries it into the corner. Tries to play it free. Caliendo to Johnson. Johnson a pass. Here's Krikaitis. Shot eventually comes right at the buzzer. It's stopped by Sherman. And we head into the second period with the score Longwood 5, Middle Country 2. Third period will begin shortly here, so don't go anywhere. Listening to the SCHSHL on LI Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Rinks and Hop Hogs Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Third period set to begin between Middle Country and Longwood. And Middle Country trailing in the game by 3 goals. Start on the power play. They have scored on the power play already tonight. If they do it again, then they'll make it a 2-goal game. As that redirected off the boards right out in front of Sherman, who has been sharp tonight. In between the pipes for the Lions. Derek Johnson, he'll twirl it out of the corner. Johnson, a backhand pass. Hill, the one-timer, missed it wide. Reyes keeps it in only for a moment as Aravena breaks out and looks to get around Figueroa. Aravena still tied up with Elena Figueroa. Perales rips it across ice. Angles back to Spinilla. Put it behind Graziano. Now Johnson spinning away from Sebastian Aravena. And will come out from behind the net. Picking up speed through neutral ice. Johnson sachets through. Derek Johnson couldn't get a shot through. And just 5 seconds left on the power play for Middle Country. With O'Sullivan set to come out on the ice, he will go to the bench. We're back to 5-on-5. Again, with the win, Middle Country would leapfrog Connecticut Sayville and be the number 7 seed. And with the loss, whether that be in overtime or otherwise, for Longwood, would keep them in the number 6 spot and have a first-round matchup against St. Anthony's. Longwood hold on to get the victory. They'll play ESM. Longwood this year lost to ESM 6-5. And then 10-2 on March 11th. Probably throw out that 10-2 loss. They lost to St. Anthony's 6-2 in their only meeting against the Friars this year. So certainly would rather play ESM, I think, than St. Anthony's. Nice little toe drag and a blast of a shot from Johnson goes over the net. As for Middle Country and their two potential opponents, they lost to Smithtown Red a few days ago, 11-4. That's who they would play if they win. If they lose, they get EI, who they lost to 11-3 and 8-6 on September 27th. So they have shown they could hang with the undefeated East Islip Chiefs. Now, of course, they have tied 2 games. But an 8-6 loss is not too bad. Middle Country on the power play here. Nice little move from Johnson. Puts one out in front. Went off the skates of Kirkitis. On back now for Giametti. He'll lose his glove. Picks it up seamlessly. Keeps things moving around. That shot gets through to Sherman. Save made. Rebound. Conlon scores. Jack Conlon buries the loose change. And Middle Country have come to within 2 again. And that's a Cougars power play goal. Big night here for Jack Conlon. Continues as well. He and Derek Johnson now have 3 points each. And Jack Conlon, a goal and 2 assists. Johnson will have a goal and 2 assists as well. And Konstantinos Kirkitis picking up the assist as well on that power play marker. Figueroa steers it away from Vernillo. Middle Country fans want a tripping call, don't get one. Lamacchia, wrister save made, a rebound. Scurries just wide. Lamacchia at the near point. Cross to O'Sullivan. The wrist shot, save made through quite the bit of traffic there by Graziano. Vernillo engaged in a net front battle with Giametti. Pardon me, that's Reyes. Sharp angle shot, save, rebound. And Graziano's got it underneath him. Longwood defeated Southampton recently 5-4, and that win has really allowed them the opportunity to jump in front of the Whalers with the win tonight. That shot goes off the post and covered by Graziano. Longwood do possess the tiebreaker with Southampton. I believe a point in the game will be enough for Longwood to lock in 5th place in a first-round matchup against DSM. Brewers Spinella to the box, however. So Middle Country go back to the power play where they have scored twice. Conlon to take the face-off. Trying to win it to Krikaitis. Instead, it's gathered and cleared by O'Sullivan. Graziano out to play to Johnson. 10 seconds already gone off this Middle Country power play. Johnson hits Conlon. Conlon scooting through middle of the ice. Left the puck behind him. A good poke check. And it's cleared right back down into the Middle Country zone. Johnson searching for the loose puck. Shadowed by Sebastian Aravena. Derek Johnson moves it up ahead. Cuts middle. He'll circle back, shoots, scores! Derek Johnson found its way into the back of the net, and that's a Cougars power play goal. It's a 1-goal game. I mean, this doesn't look like it's, I mean, Longwood are in our perfectly fine position ahead of this shot. Just a little bit of an inadvertent screen and slightly late reaction there from the netminder Sherman, who has been so good tonight. MC only trail by 1 as they have taken advantage on the special teams. Fredrickson draws a penalty here. They'll get Figueroa for a hook. And the puck touched up. Caliendo allowing the play to be blown dead, but now it's Longwood that get a turn on the power play. Both teams have at least one power play goal here tonight. Sebastian Aravena to take the draw from Conlon, wins it forward. Aravena between the legs, stuff-in try from Fredrickson, and getting the glove on top, Graziano. Puck comes out of the zone. Here comes Johnson shorthanded. Derek Johnson one-on-one. What a move! Johnson slid it just wide. Giametti. It's gloved down by Sebastian Aravena. He'll break in on Johnson. Aravena lays it down low. The clearing attempt went off the linesman as he jumped pretty high to get out of the way of that rip from Johnson. Nevertheless, Middle Country clear. Conlon going to work in the far corner on Lamacchia. Luke Lamacchia prevails with the puck. A minute gone by on this power play for Longwood. Brewers Spinella, 4-point night, scores! 4th goal of the game for Brewers Spinella. And it's an absolute snipe. I mean, what a shot from Brewers Spinella. 4-goal game, and that's a Lions power play goal. They're up ahead by 2 once more. Perales looking for a penalty. Meanwhile, the other way, Johnson denied by Sherman. Cipriani unable to break through. Puck glances high and now regained by Johnson. Over halfway through this third period. Longwood leading Middle Country 6-5. Pardon, 6-4. 1-0 was the final in their first meeting. It was a forfeit win for Middle Country. Longwood now have iced the puck. .6:35 to go in the third period. Middle Country trying to come all the way back from being down 4-0 after one. They were within a goal before Longwood retook the 2-goal advantage. And we've got a penalty here. And Riley Perales, who had been jousting with Reyes behind the play during the last sequence, they both will go to the box. Perales is incensed and reluctantly heads off to the box. And Riley Perales playing goal for Longwood in a number of games this year. Has been playing out for the last few. 5-on-5. We remain as both Reyes and Perales get booked for roughing. Conlon try to hand it back to Johnson. Eventually Johnson gets to it. He'll get around the stick of Spinella and accelerate through neutral ice. Johnson stick handling in. Show off the back skating ability. Fires a shot deflected off nearly the tippy top of the glass there. Held in by Figueroa. Her wrist shot. Getting a piece of it there was Conlon. Stopped by Sherman. Rimmed around, and Fredrickson has it go by him. Johnson sends it across to Figueroa. And she'll chip it right back in, but did not have the red line, so an icing against Middle Country here. Again, join us on Monday night. Kevin, will you be here on Monday night? You will. So Kevin, part of our crew that will have the call of the quarterfinals of the freshman division. The matchups will soon be known as soon as this game ends. With the top four teams locked into their spots, it's the bottom four that could switch around depending on the result of this game. Conlon rims around. Caliendo unable to get to it. It's a head now for Fredrickson. He's got Aravena with him and Spinella. Fredrickson will shoot. Stopped by Graziano. Johnson corrals the rebound and will make his way up ice. Showcasing that great speed. Derek Johnson moves in. What a play to get around one, but Cipriani, good defensive stick. Came on over. Johnson around more Lions. Johnson looking for a lane. Doesn't have one. Puck glued to his stick as the pass eventually was blocked by Fredrickson. And out comes Spinella. Does he have a fifth goal? Brewer Spinella on the breakaway. Scores! Have yourself a night, Brewer Spinella. His fifth. That one couldn't put it out of reach now for Longwood. 7-4, they lead it. He was the second leading goal scorer coming into the game with 14. He's now up to 19. And it's a 6-point night for Brewer Spinella. Offsides called against Middle Country. Not many 5-goal nights in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League for a player, but for Brewitt Spinella, 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points. I'm looking at Kevin Broderick, our cameraman. His voice I'm sure you all are familiar with. Riley Perales to Nolfo, taken away by Derek Johnson. A week from today, LI Sports Network will be covering the 52nd annual Heroes game between the FDNY and NYPD, live from UBS Arena. You can catch that game on LI Sports Network. Johnson rips a shot. Blocker save made. Great night, great cause, and some great hockey. Perales, nice move. Perales stopped. Rebound, Nolfo scores. And that's a milestone goal for Nolfo, his second of the season. And third point for Joseph Nolfo. Riley Perales picks up his second assist of the year as well. And what looked like it could be a nail-biter going into the finish. Huge hit. Perales running over Figueroa and now gets a shove from behind from Reyes. I don't think Reyes could have did a lot more damage there than he ended up doing. So I don't think he'll get penalized. It'll just be Perales for the rough. As understandably so, Middle Country want to stick up a little bit for their teammate in Elena Figueroa there. Riley Perales back to the penalty box. Johnson. Spin away from Aravena. Aravena doing a great job on Derek Johnson. Now helped out by Cipriani. Johnson somehow cut by both of them. In open ice, Johnson to Maresca, blast the shot. Went off the stick of Cipriani and sent out of the zone by Lamacchia for Aravena. Aravena, nice dangle, shoots and scores! Short-handed goal for Sebastian Aravena. Showcases why he's one of the better players in the SCHSHL with this gorgeous goal. Aravena having a big night tonight as well. His fourth point and hat-trick goal. Or pardon, second goal of the game for Aravena. Spinella was wrongly credited with the goal. It was Aravena, so it's just as that shot. What a save! Malcolm Sherman, how do you do? One of the better glove saves you'll see. One-timer from Reyes goes wide. Middle Country still trying to, not going to win this game. Look at pad those end-of-season goal totals, assist totals, point totals. Lamacchia jousting with Maresca. It's sent around where Johnson has it poked away from him. Breakaway, Peter O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan scores! Short-handed goal. Second short-handed goal of this power play for Longwood. They lead 10-4. and have scored 5. That's right, 5 unanswered goals after they led it 5-4 earlier in the period. Well, Peter O'Sullivan into the score column. Goal and an assist this game for O'Sullivan. He's up to 10 points on the year. Power play expires as shot goes wide. Spinola trying to lead Lamacchia in. Luke Lamacchia unable to get around Johnson at the last moment. A spirited comeback for Middle Country that ultimately ended up going in the opposite direction. This might be one of the closest 6-goal games that I have been part of. Longwood just pulling away at the end. Spinella and Caliendo coming together. Off the glass now to Giametti. And Middle Country will gear up for their first round playoff matchup with East Islip tomorrow on LI Sports Network, while Longwood will gear up for their first round matchup against the ESM Sharks. It's Longwood the victory over Middle Country, 10-4. A very successful freshman year for the Longwood Lions as they earn themselves 12 wins, which puts them with the same amount as ESM. ESM 2 ties are why they will finish ahead of the Lions, where they have just the 1 overtime loss point. For Middle Country, with a shorthanded group, they show some fight in this game. They ultimately fall short, and they will prepare to pull off one of the biggest upsets in SCHSHL history. And here's the crazy part, Kevin. I think they could do it. I really think that with a full team, Middle Country can shock the world and beat East Islip. You heard it here first from Ryan Brannigan here on LI Sports Network. That will do it for our coverage in this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. On behalf of our camera operator, our producer, our everything, Kevin Broderick, I'm Ryan Brannigan saying so long. Until next time, as always, have a good night.